What's far deadlier than most people realize? Story 1. Get that UTI handled or get a nasty kidney infection. UTIs can also cause neurological symptoms, which is a fun bonus. My mom was in the hospital for a week because of this. She was mostly just loopy, asking the same questions 3 times in 5 minutes. Then it got interesting with UFOs and impossible human visitors. Even saw knights on horseback riding through the sky. Story 2. Trucker here. I've had 2 blood clots in my legs from driving long distances and having my legs pressed against the corner of the seat for hours on end. One almost killed me. Apparently, it's very common with truckers. You're supposed to stop and walk around every hour and a half to keep things circulating, which almost nobody does due to time constraints. The same thing happens in gaming chairs, apparently. People forget to move their legs because they're so focused on the game. You don't need to worry so much if you're younger, but if you're a gamer who's a little older, please be aware. Deep vein thrombosis, DVT, is a well-documented effect of long-haul flights too, which is why pilots who fly long-haul and ultra-long-haul, flights lasting more than 10 hours, wear pressure socks. Passengers are advised to walk around the cabin once every few hours. With flights lasting up to 18 hours, this is a necessity. Get the blood moving. If any of these clots somehow dislodge and reach your heart, it's goodbye. Story 3. It's amazing how many people play around with them or swim just upstream of them. Almost no one knows the bottom of them is a death trap of rotating undercurrent, and almost no one knows how to escape one if you do get stuck in it. Even if you do know how to get out, you'll have a hell of a time of it. If a kid gets stuck in one, they're as good as dead, as is anyone who goes in to save them. Very few actually have warnings around them. If you unluckily get trapped in one, try to swim down to the bottom and swim or claw your way downstream along the bottom a ways and then swim up to the surface. Got caught in one as a preteen. I was downstream of it when the water was only about 2.5 feet deep and decided to walk up to it and climb up. Once I got close, my footing just dropped out from under me because it had eroded to be about 6 or 8 feet deep there, and I got tumbled underwater until I managed to kick off the bottom of the damn thing far enough towards where the water would push me downstream instead of sucking me back in. I remember coughing up some water and throwing up some water in the shallows below it and being near too exhausted to drag myself to shore. I still can't believe they don't post more warnings or rope these death traps off. Fuck teaching children about quicksand. Teach kids about these forms of population control littering rivers and streams. Oh yeah, this was an incredibly small one too. If it had been any deeper or bigger, I definitely would have died. Story 4. Quit drinking. Been an EMT for a while and work with a lot of the homeless population. Will gets called for people who decided today is the day to finally quit drinking and do it cold turkey. As soon as the next morning, people can present with delirium tremens. Severe withdrawals can induce seizures and can also lead to death. A lot of these people will think because they quit hard drugs like heroin or meth cold turkey, alcohol would be the same without knowing the major effects it can have on your health. Story 5. Grapefruit in combination with many prescription drugs. Basically, grapefruit can affect the way your medications work. With some meds, adding grapefruit screws up the way your body metabolizes the drug, so you end up with far more than the prescribed dosage. It can also work in the opposite way with other drugs, leaving you with less than the prescribed dosage. This is especially bad if you have high blood pressure or arrhythmia. Story 6. Holding your breath while scuba diving. To most people who don't scuba dive, it may sound harmless, but if you hold your breath and ascend even a little over a meter, you can suffer major lung damage as a result of the gas in your lungs expanding from the lessening pressure. When I was training to dive, my instructor took a gallon milk jug down with us, and he filled it half full with air and brought it upwards, explaining what he would do before we went down. It didn't take long before it filled completely with air and blew the cap off as we were going up. When we got to the surface, he said, "Imagine that was your lungs." Story 7. Testicular torsion. Don't be embarrassed to ask for help. In all honesty, the embarrassment is all in your head. Doctors and nurses really don't give a fuck. They really don't care and aren't judging you one bit. They have seen everything and then some more. But they will judge you if you make the foolish decision not to seek help because of made-up embarrassment and lose your balls. The pain might not be severe, but you have a few hours tops before your balls die. I had emergency surgery to fix testicular torsion. I went to the ER because my right ball was very tender and painful to touch, and they ordered an ultrasound to confirm it was twisted. When the doctor returned, he said I was being booked in for surgery that day, otherwise I'd lose it. Went in at 10 a.m. and left at 6 p.m. with a stitched up sack. Wasn't very fun. Story 8. A Brazilian butt lift, BBL, gives people a figure reminiscent of the Kardashians and is hugely popular for people getting that Instagram body. But a paper in the Aesthetic Surgery Journal found that 1 in 3,000 BBLs resulted in death, making it the world's most dangerous cosmetic procedure. Don't Google botched Brazilian butt lift. Saw a woman walking on the street with a botched butt lift and it looked like she had bowling balls in her back pockets hanging down her legs. Story 9. Engulfment and confined spaces. With confined spaces, people usually don't realize that O2 runs out rather quickly. Engulfment because people probably don't think about essentially drowning in non-liquids. Flowing solid materials don't even have to cover your nose to asphyxiate you. Anything above belly button level will slowly constrict your diaphragm each time you breathe out, just like a boa constrictor. I fell into a deflashing vat of shirt buttons once when I was about 13 years old. My dad was the plant manager of a shirt button factory in Knoxville, Tennessee, back in the early 1980s. He and I were there on a Sunday morning. He was doing paperwork, and I was exploring the plant. Got to the section where the deflashing tanks were and tried to lean over and scoop up a handful of buttons. Lost my balance and fell in. I was about 5 or 6 feet deep, but filled with plastic shirt buttons. I went all the way to the bottom. I was able to stand up and stand on top of the mixing blades that were turned off. Took forever to get out. The buttons squeezed me as I tried to move. Scariest moment of my life. I don't even let my kids do the whole bury me in sand at the beach thing. Terrible memories of that. I know of a dude who was being buried in sand at the beach by his family and died when the rocky layer underneath the sand shifted, opening a void into which he was sucked. Scary shit. Story 10. Essential oils. Do not put them in your food. They are not made to be food safe. Some of them are capable of burning a hole in your esophagus. Why people think they're food safe, I'll never know. They, shady MLMs, also recommend using the oils on babies and children. They can cause chemical burns. Heard about one story where a newborn baby had to be on IVs, but the mom was obsessed with essential oils, so she snuck in and rubbed some on her baby, which then got into the IV wounds. Story 11. Smoke is not only the fire that can kill you, and there is a very good reason you're taught to stay low escaping a fire. The smoke is a hot gas layer that can melt your face off, and that's forgetting the lung damage that it can do. I survived a house fire when I was 12. 25 years later, I still have to explain the scarring on my lungs when I have a chest x-ray. I have also developed a long-term respiratory illness. I don't really complain though, since if my dad had woken up 5 minutes later, we would have all died. Story 12. Going for runs on the roads at night without wearing lights or reflectors. Oftentimes people even wear black. They think that just because they can see the car, that the car can see them. It only takes one accident to change someone's life completely. We sincerely appreciate you taking the time to watch our YouTube video. If you find our content helpful and enjoyable, please click the subscribe button to stay updated on any new videos we share in the future. Thank you once again, and we hope to see you in our next upcoming videos.